Right now, the only thing Jurassic Blocky players seem to care about is the fact that the Rebirth update got massively delayed. Now, I'm sure you've all seen this, and in my opinion, if you haven't heard the news, you've been sleeping under a rock, but pretty much what happened is that the day before the update was meant to release, the developers discovered there's a huge issue with the D-Rex boss and a big memory leak, which basically means your data is going to go kaput, and then the game is also pretty unplayable after that for most people. So the update was delayed by one day to the following day. Then, like the day of the update releasing pretty much, there was more issues discovered, and it soon became apparent that there were too many issues for the update to be released. Now, as I've said, I'd rather prefer a normal update than fighting a D-Rex boss having a stroke during the fight, so that's just me, but other people seem to have different ideas because they were really mad about it. Hello guys, just wanted to let you all know that only about 2% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so consider subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot. Anyway, if you go to the Jurassic Blocky game page, you'll see right now, events, Friday, October the 24th, Rebirth update, and Friday, October the 24th seems really far for a lot of people because it was originally scheduled for October the 3rd, and then October the 4th, and then now it's the 24th. So people have lost their mind over this because they're like, oh my god, they went from being delayed one day to being delayed by weeks. I've been waiting for like 3 months for this update. I can't take it anymore. Now, first of all, something I said on stream, regardless of what position you have regarding the update, if you're complaining about the delay of the update, you're being pretty silly because, frankly, it is just a Lego dinosaur game, and there is so much more to do in life than play a Lego dinosaur game. So now that I've gotten that out of my system, which is a very necessary thing for a lot of people who need to go outside and touch grass, let's talk about the fact that the Rebirth update will actually release earlier than the October 24th date. Now, this has been said kind of sporadically, not maybe to the public eye. I mean, it is public, but the thing is, not many people have seen it, which is kind of strange, because people seem to be stalking the developers' every single move after the Rebirth update got delayed. Pretty much, this is supposed to be a placeholder date. Now, maybe the developers realize they probably shouldn't declare an absolute release date because, well, the last time they did that for the Rebirth update, this current update, it became apparent that before the game was going to release the update, there were huge bugs, and they probably shouldn't speak too soon about it. So instead, what they've done is they've set the 24th as a placeholder release date. However, they have stated the update will release earlier than that. Now, of course, maybe some bug comes again right before the update's meant to release. I hope not, but that's still possible. Now, one thing to notice is that in the Discord server Jurassic Blocky for the last few days, there have been literal non-stop dev streams. Like, I'll be checking Discord throughout the day, and I will always see in Jurassic Blocky's Discord, there is a broadcast live stream going on of them doing something, whether making, teasers or just talking about the game and answering questions. They're really making an effort to, calm the community down. You would not want to fight a D-Rex boss having a stroke. And you would also not like to lose your data in the game. Just imagine having Indominus Rex, and then they release the update, and there's a huge data leak, and your Indominus Rex goes goodbye. At least be grateful for the fact that the developers actually caught the issue before releasing the update. They did more testing than they felt was necessary, because they'd already done testing with their testing team, and then hired a bunch of new testers, and then with the full servers, it becomes apparent the game is literally fucking broken. So yeah, be grateful they did that before releasing the update, otherwise things would have gone down, and we would actually be in even more of a chaotic situation than we are now, because they'd have to withdraw the update, maybe even shut down the game, because if there's a big memory leak going on where everyone's losing progress, that effectively makes the game unplayable, and frankly, no one will want to play it. So they'd have to probably close the game temporarily until they at least fix the memory loss issue. Not to mention the fact that the D-Rex boss doesn't even function in full or larger servers, which when I say large, I just mean 15 players, which is the server size of this game. I have been pleading to developers to increase the server size, but they absolutely refuse. And I'll do it again, honestly, now that I think about it, because I last asked 4 months ago. But this might not be the best time to ask, because right now they are in fact dealing with a game that is actively struggling to function. That being said, things are looking up, and if the non-stop dev streams have indicated anything, it probably means that they are hard at work to actually make the update come out before that. If you guys want some free entertainment, what you can do is you can just search up the Discord messages in Jurassic Blocky general chat from around the time the update delays were announced. I don't know when that is, but you could just check the days of when that happened. They're basically isolated incidents, because what actually happened beyond that, which I should probably mention, is that it got so bad to the point where the Jurassic Blocky admins had to literally shut down the entire server, and that means all text based messaging channels that players could normally message in had to be closed because it got so bad. In fact, not even a 1 minute slow mode could cure it. If you don't know what slow mode is because you're not on Discord, which I can't blame you for, okay? Don't get on Discord. It's an experience. It's basically like you can't send more than one message per set amount of time. In this case, it was 1 minute, so it was kind of miserable how I could only send one message per minute. But even so, there were so many people actively in chat, whining about it, to the point where it didn't really do a whole lot. And you can't really set a longer slow mode, because that would, genuinely piss people off. I think slow mode can go up to even, 6 hours or 12 hours, which, just as an aside, I remember back in the glory days of Kaiju Universe, one time an update got so bad, they set the slow mode for, correct me if I'm wrong, it might have actually been 6 hours. No, there's no way. It cannot have been 6 hours, but it was a really long time. It was definitely longer than 1 minute. And somehow, if I remember correctly, that happened more than once. But don't take me on that 100%, okay? The point is that people are mad for a very silly reason. Now, it seems like since then it's calmed down. Definitely the developers' methods of catering to the community and sucking up with those dev streams did actually help. From a more mature standpoint, I would not necessarily agree with that, because these guys are 12 years old, but from a perspective of making a stable game and not making people pissed, that is a good idea. And to be fair, yeah, you could say that the developers are at fault a little bit, because they did only get new testers the day before the update, but at the very least, I think it's good to be glad about that they actually did do testing with the new testing team, because from a development standpoint, they actually didn't need to do testing at all with the new testing team of 20 people. They did a lot of testing with the smaller team and realized there was not anything going wrong at first with smaller servers. They only realized that when they were let's do just a final testing with more people, and then everything went downhill from there. So